Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to SMTF. When we last left off, we came back from the world of Gluttony, and we unlocked the world of Sloth, which is what we're going to do today. Yay! The world of Sloth is the absolute, without a doubt, 100% I will die on this hill worst part about not just this game, but any game in the under the SMT umbrella, probably in the top running for anything, the worst thing in any JRPG, possibly any game ever. The World of Sloth is pretty bad. So, in preparation for the World of Sloth, this is why I actually have made the unicorn. Because the unicorn knows Estoma. So the gimmick for this world is that the Demon Emperor has taken everybody from the school and put them down here digging holes. And he's told them that if whoever finds the special item that he has hidden in the rock gets to go home. The Demon Emperor is so far up his own butt. Now, that might not sound like a big deal to you so far, but the way they handle it is that they're actually digging a hole, and this, by the way, is Old Man Dark. What he does is he switches the encounter table in this dungeon from one to another. I actually prefer the dark encounter table. We'll go this way first. For reasons I'll talk about in just a moment when I get to it. But the way that the gimmick in this world is that everybody is actually digging a hole, and it takes them an entire rotation of the moon to advance one square. It takes a very, 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 very long time. Oh, excuse me, I didn't talk. It takes a very, very, very long time to get through this place. The Estoma helps, but even if you have Estoma, or if you don't want to make unicorn or don't want to fiddle with it, you can actually go and, by the way, this is a fiend spawn point, by the way. If you go through that door down there and take a right, it goes to some stairs down. This path goes the same way. This place is just ridiculous. It's... I'll just use a disc poison here. Even if you have a Estoma, you're looking at an hour and a half easy. So this is where we're at here. This is where I popped in to talk to that guy. There's a code breaker in that door right there. Most of the rewards are trash, but he does have Rasta candy, which is luster candy. So luster candy in this game is an item. You might recognize that as a skill name from later SMT games. It raises the stats. It's like all those stat buffs rolled into one. But if you don't want to fool with doing unicorn, you can go back to the casino and spend it's like 5,000 mock up her because you have to either you would have to like buy the tokens if you don't want to play the games, but you can buy the Belv, which has the same effect as Estoma. So yeah. Oh, I'm on the second floor. I'm looking at the wrong map. I'm smart. SMRT. Alright, this is a Rags. It works the same way as it does in the previous games. You go in there, you give him gems, and he'll give you random items. Or... let's just return this angel. He'll give you random items. Well, not random items. He'll trade items for gems. None of the items are good. It's stuff like Agi stones. Like you get like a Maragi stone or a stuff like that. This is a Cathedral of Shadows right here. There's another chest right here we want to grab. And this spot right here is another fiend spawn point. If you care. Luck incense, nice. This hallway right here is very important because this is where I do most of my walking back and forth for this awful place. Because there's a fountain right here. Alright, so the main reason that I like to set it to the dark demons, first of all, the dark demons are a little higher level than the other normal demons, and in my opinion they have better drops. So like, nothing that drops from the normal demon list is worthwhile, but on the first and second floor you can run into zombie girls, and on the third floor you can run into goulettes, which drop onyxes. So the zombie girls drop turquoises, and the goulettes drop onyx. And you're going to be down here a while fighting anyway, so this is how I decided to approach this. Oh, first off, let me say that the optimal way to do this is to not engage with the guardian system. But like I actually made a conscious decision walking into this game going, yes, I am going to engage with the guardian system. It is the like core mechanic of the game that separates it from just a base SMT game. In the next dungeon, there's actually a sword that you can pick up if you have one of Tamaki's like last 3 guardians, or if you got there without her having a guardian at all. So the quickest way is to just not engage the guardian system for Tamaki. If you're doing that, then what you can do is just Estoma your way back and forth. Don't worry about missing out on the grinding. But like I said, I chose to engage with the system. Let me actually re-up Estoma. And we're going to walk down here. So the way this works is you have to speak to one of the NPCs down here. And then now the clock starts. And every one of these NPCs will move into the next room and dig every full rotation of the moon. Like it's like every 16 cycles they move forward 1 block. This takes hours. It's ridiculous. I mean, it still can take... No, I'm sorry. I meant to... Let's talk to this guy again. This place makes me so irritated that I'm just trying to get through it as quickly as possible. Certain NPCs start a little further in But the idea here is you need like 8 or 9 you need 8 or 9 like different like full rotations to really finish this place up. It takes a while. We dig. Hold on. We dig and dig, but the rock just goes on forever. So, for example, you can look here at the ones we've opened. So the guys up on the top here, they have started one on the first block. That one's he's 2 blocks in. This guy is actually 4 blocks in. So they start at different depths, and they will go in, and I think each one of the paths is 7 blocks deep. 1 or 2 of them might be 8 blocks deep, but yeah. These news are the most powerful demon down here, and they're higher level than me, so the Estoma's not working on them. I recommend you spend if you're going to actually grind, I recommend you spend most of your time on the 2nd floor as opposed to down here. What I decided to do to engage in this nonsense is I set goals. I didn't want to just walk back and forth with Estoma, because that's not only is that boring, it makes something that's already boring even less engaging. But like I said, I chose to engage with the Guardian system, and what that means is I need Guardian points to get my next Guardians. So I set 3 goals. On the 2nd floor, you can get turquoises from the zombie girls. On this floor, you can get onyxes from the ghoulettes. My goals were to get 9 turquoises, to get 9 onyxes, and to max out my Guardian bar 1 time. And I did that, and we're gonna fast forward here in a minute. But this guy right here, you can actually help. I wish you could do this for all of them. I actually read that that's the 2 NPCs from the couple from the storeroom. You talked about, you went back there and talked to Ryuichi, and he's like, oh, the Demon Emperor took Akiko. I'm gonna go save her. Well, there they are. They're together with their statues. They actually have a slightly more prominent role in Charlie's storyline. I say prominent because they actually have dialogue and stuff, but you also have to take that with a grain of salt, because these games are really light on story, like story development, NPC development. I think a lot of things happen, but the NPCs don't really interact all that much with the stuff going around on them. There's a lot of implied action in the first 3 S&T games. So you can help the principal dig as well. At the end of this path is an appraisal shop, I do believe. Yeah, an appraisal shop. So this is done. Let's see, where have I not gone? Right, the ones on this side. So the 2nd floor down here has stronger enemies than the top floor. The 2nd floor, this 3rd floor has stronger enemies. Excuse me. But you want to spend most of your time probably on the 2nd floor, just so the news and Furias don't like destroy you. So there are 4 enemies down here that are of note on the 3rd floor. You've seen the news. The news are physically probably the most powerful enemies down here. They have the most hit points. They're the tankiest. They have really high attack power. They're not really weak to anything that you can exploit. But They can be put to sleep. They can be binded. They can be happy. They can be charmed. All of that stuff works on them. Okay, so that's how you take care of them. The other enemy, which also appears on the second floor that you need to watch out for, are the mandrakes. The mandrakes do a lot of status effects. They are weak to fire. And if you have Haplima, Happy works on them. As I think Bind also works on them. If you have like Bind Voice or Shibaboo. On the third floor only, the Ghoulettes are the ones that drop the Onyx. If you run into them, use Hama. If you run into the Furias, use your gun. I think the Furias are the most dangerous enemy down here if you just are auto-battling and not paying attention, because they are resistant to sword and physical attacks, and they are resistant or null, like, pretty much everything physical except guns, which they are weak to. So, just to run that through again. Furia, use your gun. Goulette, use Hama. Mandrakes, use fire and Haplima or Shibaboo or Bind Voice, something along that nature. News, you can use whatever attacks you want, but you need to lock them down somehow. I picked up a Wild Spear earlier. The Wild Spear it does 1 to 2 hits. It's actually a pretty good weapon. It does 1 to 2 hits, but it also has the sleep effect on it. So that's good. That helps a lot down here. You could go back to previous stages and get you some status effect bullets if you want. That helps a lot as well. But you need to be careful because you're going to be here a long time, so don't fill your inventory up with bullets. Just, like, you're going to have a lot of excess money for doing this, but I think you should hoard your bullets to save trips, more or less. And that's pretty much it. I just basically spent most of the time walking back and forth this way. The healing spot's there, so if you need the healing. And what I ended up doing is when I got 9 turquoises, I moved down to the next floor until I got 9 onyx. And that's it. That was what I did here. And like I said, I did this off screen, so we're going to load that position.